So next is printing. So this printing was developed in China about 2000 years ago. So this printing was developed in China in 2000 years ago. So these Chinese cut designs on flat blocks of wood. So this Chinese cut some designs in flat blocks of wood. So you can see in the picture. So they cut some designs in flat wood. So in flat block of wood, they cut some designs and ink was applied on this block. So to this block, ink will be applied. So this block, ink will be applied. So and it was pressed on the paper. So you can see. So this ink was pressed on the paper. So this method was used by the Chinese to print books. So this method, they used this press method to print some books. So though the blocks took a long time to make, several copies of book could be made from them. So it was taking long time to make a printings. So in the year 1450, John Gutenberg of Germany brought about a revolution in printing. So in 1450, John Gutenberg, so he made a great change in printing. So he made several small metal molds of. So John Gutenberg, he made several small metal molds of letter of the alphabet. So you can see here movable metal type developed by Gutenberg. So he made several small metal molds of letter. He made small letters with the small letter with the metals. So these are called types. So they were called types. So they could be arranged to form words, lines and pages. This was called typesetting. So these types were arranged to form words, lines and pages. So it is called as a typesetting. So ink was applied to the typeset pages and they were pressed on paper to get an impression. So for this molds of letters in metal, for this letters ink was applied to the typeset pages and it was pressed on the paper to get the impression. So once the book was printed, the individual type were taken apart and used to print another book. So once this book was printed, this individual types were taken apart and used to print another book. So putting together a types of make a page of a book was much faster and easier than making a block of the page. So this typesetting was very easy than the pressing. So book could be now printed much faster and in large numbers. So they became cheaper and many more people could read them. So now people can read the books. So now the many books can be typed because of the John Gutenberg. So he introduced the typesetting. Next is Braille, a script for the blind. So we read with our eyes, right? Yes. So but how would a visually challenged person read? Yes, how would a visually challenged person read? So those are not able to see, how they will read? Yes, yes. A special script called Braille allows a person who cannot see to read a book using his or her fingers. So you can see in the picture it is a Braille. So it is a special script which is used by the person who are not able to see. So they will touch with their finger and they will feel the letters. So these letters will be like, it is like a pattern. These letters will be raised from the surface. So it is like a dots. It will be raised from the surface. So it is used by the person who are not able to see. So it is called as braille. So it is a braille. This braille was developed by Louis Braille in France. So in this braille, a letter of each word are printed in pattern of small dots. So this braille is a pattern. It is like a printed in pattern. It is a small dots. It will be in a small dots. These dots are raised from the surface of the papers. These dots will be raised from the surface of paper. When you touch, you can feel the letters. So the visually challenged person will touch these and they are able to read. So that's the visual challenge, can feel them with the fingers. So this braille is read by lightly running their fingers along these dots. So slightly they will run their fingers and they can read the letters. Next, knowledge, literacy and progress. So with the coming of computers, printing has become much faster and better. So with the help of the computer, we can type. So because of this computer, printing has become faster and better when compared to earlier days. So metal types are no longer used. So this John Gutenberg used metal types, right? Now it is not used. It is not longer used. But now we will use a computer printing. So instead, special computer software like PageMaker and InDesigns are used to arrange the text and picture in the pages. With the help of computer, we use some designs from the computer and pictures to the pages. So if the country wants to make progress, it is important that knowledge be communicated to a large number of people. So if the country want to develop, if our country want to develop, we need to have knowledge. So we need to have knowledge. So how do we gain knowledge? By communicating to a large number of people. So you know that this is possible only if most people in the country can read and so unfortunately in India, a large number of people still cannot read and write. So for the progress of country, we need to have a knowledge. How do we have a knowledge? By reading and writing, right? So still in India, we can see many people are not able to read and write.